Vitamin. Welcome in. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You know, waking up a little bit slow. I've been up for like 2.5 hours, but I got my coffee. I am somewhat awake, and we're gonna finish off the Honkai Star Rail story before we get into, if we get into any other shenanigans. We'll see. We'll see. I might play a little bit of Genshin. Who knows? We have... I need to redecorate my teapot because I changed it this morning. Just to check it out. And yeah, we might try to do some exploration or something in Genshin. We shall see. Do something a little bit more active. But I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. Or how are you doing? I will just ask that. Are you happy that TikTok is not banned? Sorry, give me a sec. So yeah. Did you know that the developers of Genshin Impact are Yes! Yes, they are! Yes, so I heard about that yesterday. I actually wanted to talk about that, and yeah. They are... Sorry, I was canceling my therapy appointment. They are, and they are being investigated because they are being stated as targeting Gamba towards children, which is 100% like, you can tell this Genshin is written for children. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I did. I actually wanted... that is not what I wanted to do. No. Okay, Dragon's having technical difficulties. Never mind, apparently. I was gonna pull him up. But I did. I was also gonna pull that up. Let's see. Sorry, I am trying to open up all the things. So we have all the things. Okay, so the problem being is that the game is aimed towards children, and that they have loot boxes systems. Because if you think about it, the loot box system, right, is like, it's technically Gamba. It's gambling, and they are targeting children, which is weird that it's taking this long for them to actually like do anything about it or have said anything, because Genshin's been around for a hot minute at this point. So it's a little bit weird to me that all of a sudden they are taking interest in this. And look at this. I found, even from the Federal Trade Commission of Protecting America's Consumers, Genshin Impact game developer will be banned from selling loot boxes to teens under 16 without parental consent. Pay a $20 million fine to settle FTC charges. Now, the reason why, let's see, I read this briefly yesterday while Feo was reading it and kind of showed me bits of it. The maker of the video game Genshin Impact has agreed to pay $20 million and to block children from under 16 from making in-game purchases without parental consent. Commission to settle Federal Trade Commission allegations. The company violated a children's privacy law and deceives children and other users about the real cost of in-game transactions and odds about obtaining rare prizes. This is true. Let me go down. So the reason this is true, right, is that they don't really tell you, like, they tell you in the fine print, but they don't, like, but no child or the average person does not read the fine print. Now, like, an average anime gotcha enjoyer. I'm gonna say Gamba enjoyer because I don't enjoy gambling. I am not like a Gamba addict. I don't really enjoy gambling. But the gotcha, right? I play multiple of them, so I understand how it works. But like a 13 or even a 9-year-old child is not going to understand any of the terms of, like, you know, pity. Probably they're not going to understand the pity system fully. They're not going to understand, like, oh, like, Mom, Dad, look, I could get this amount for this. And, like, you know, some people, they will just hand their kids money, but they don't really state it, as well as how much, like, the real cost of the in-game transaction is there. Genshin Impact deceived children, teens, and other players into spending hundreds of dollars. Hi, Dragon. I tried to lurk, and you had crashed just then. Genshin Impact deceived children, teens, and other players into spending hundreds of dollars on prizes they stood little chance of winning. This is very true. Now, if you look in the fine print, right, if you actually pull up Genshin, you pull up the details and you look at it, it says the chances of winning right there. However, it should state more clearly how much the chances of winning are. It does not, though. I'm gonna turn, I need to, hold up. I'm just listening to the in-game Honkai music, and it's like, I'm just gonna turn the game down a little bit. It's just background noise right now. And companies that deploy these dark pattern tactics will be held accountable if they deceive players, particularly kids and teens, about the true cost of in-game transactions. Yes. And I will say it's bad, and I think the reason Genshin is being targeted is because out of all of the gacha games, they are the one that is the worst about, like, your odds, the worst about, you know, your odds of winning what you want, right? Like Honkai, for example, the same company publishes Honkai Star Rail, right? On the light cone, it is a 30-70 chance, not a 50-50 chance of you getting what you want. You have a 70% chance of getting what you want. Now, if you get really bad luck and you get the 30% chance of where you lose, well, unfortunately, that's just bad luck. And hopefully you get something else that is useful. And most of the time, yeah, you can use most of the things that you get, except for my 2 Jeppy light cones that I got that I'm probably never gonna fucking use. But yeah. No, I will tell you, it's quite funny because, like, before this was published, so this was published 3 days ago, right? I remember having a conversation with Feo like a day or two before that, and, you know, one of the comments he made was, Genshin kind of needs to get humbled because, like, they kind of hold their currency at too high of a standard. And trust me, being someone who enjoys Genshin because I love the open world, I love, like, the characters are pretty well designed. The only thing I really wish was more variety in the character designs. But that's the other thing too, is, like, you're literally paying for a different outfit on the same body type. There are 3 body types in Genshin. There are two male body types in Genshin. 3 female body types in Genshin. So it's one of those things where I love Genshin very much so, but a complaint filed by the Department of Justice upon referral of the commission alleged that Singapore-based Cognisphere, okay, which they also do business, actively marketed Genshin to children and collected personal information from them, and that violates this protection rule, which is scummy of Genshin to do, is to leak children's data. And also, they should have it locked to where, like, they should have it really locked. Like, buying stuff in the game. Because, like, It's up to the it's partly up to the parent too to make sure your kid's not just spending your money on whatever the fuck they want, right? The complaint further charged that Horio deceived players about the odds of winning, particularly sought after 5-star loot boxes and how much it would cost to open loot boxes to win the prizes. Guys, in order to I will tell you, doing the math, in order to get a guaranteed 5-star character, if your odds are horrible, easy $300 you're spending to get that guaranteed character. But here's the other, like, I'm kind of looking at it from both sides, right? Because I'm also looking at it from the side of, like, yeah, but like that's where you teach your kid restraint, right? That's where you teach your kid, hey, you didn't get what you want, so I'm sorry you only spent $30. Maybe you'll get $30 elsewhere, or maybe, you know, maybe you need to do some chores and get some allowance or something, you know? But it's like, even still, like, kids should not be exposed to gambling. Honestly, I even think it should be 18. Because technically, I mean, but the thing is Genshin is aimed so much at for children. It's aimed so much at children, and like the story is written towards, like, in more of a childish way and stuff, like compared to Honkai. Like, Honkai is completely different. Popular among children and teens, Genshin is a free to download, but has generated significant revenue through the sale of in-game virtual currency and other content. Players advance in the game by collecting virtual heroes, forming a team, and using heroes. Yeah, we know what Genshin is. The complaint alleges that Genshin's purchasing process obscures the reality that consumers commonly must spend large amounts of money to retain 5-star prizes. So, yes, the one you want, right? The one you want, right? That is it. So it's like, so here's the thing, is what is Genshin gonna do if they have to get rid of their Gamba Simp system? Like, I would love someone to answer me, like, that. Like, if they didn't have the gacha system, what would they use? Like, I will say this, Genshin has been around for 5 years, right? At this point in time, I will say, even if Genshin does not state that, hey, you spend X amount, right, in this game. And I know it's a free to download and stuff like this, but kids have to find it somewhere, right? And a lot of streamers, a lot of content creators that make content for Genshin, they always state, hey, be careful, it's a gacha game. That's why I always state, like, if people come in with questions about Genshin, Honkai, Wuwa, whatever, or any of those games, I always just say, they're good games, just be cautious. If, like, you have no self-control, if you have very little income and don't have self-control, just be worried. Because even though I don't, like, I will say there's been money that has been spent on some of my accounts, yes. But, like, I have not spent nearly as much as some of the content creators that do this for a living. And they spend thousands of dollars to get a C6 or a E6 or whatever 6 5-star. Like, they spend thousands of dollars, and they are open about it. Like, they are open about it. So it's not a secret that it takes a lot of money to get a guaranteed 5-star. The complaint alleges that the system is challenging and confusing, particularly for children and teens. Yes, because again, it's not very clear. I will say it's not very clear. They need to state it more clear. Players must exchange real dollars for bundles. Yes. That have to be re-exchanged multiple times to open loot boxes, with exchange rates in unusual denominations. Yeah, it's 160 per one. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not a great exchange rate. Technically, if you were to do that like as a currency exchange, it would mean that a primo gem is worth more than the American dollar. Wait, let me think. Sorry, hold up. Did I say that correctly? Like if you did a 1-to-1, right? $1 would equal 100. Yeah, that means that it would be $1.60 per one. In reality, it should be 1-to-1, but it's not. This is a complicated system, according to the complaint. Misleads consumers about the amount of money that players spend on loot boxes on an ongoing basis and the amount of money that players would most likely spend to obtain certain prizes. Yeah, again, it's a gacha game. And that's why it shouldn't really be aimed towards children, is because it's a gacha game. It technically has gambling in it. You can't go to a casino until you're like 18, 20, whatever, I don't know. Why should you be able to gamble online with a virtual currency? You know? Genshin Impact uses anime-style cartoon graphics, bright, colorful animations, and several characters who have speech and appearance of children to appear to chip. Yes.
They got a tank.
Tita!
I'm sorry. Did somebody just say a tank?
Good morning to you, and hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. How was stream? Let me get you a shout out. Were you playing some DVD? I heard that they have a small little thing. Oh, you're playing Power World. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. How's Power World? No DVD. That's kind of surprising. I'm not gonna lie. But welcome, yes, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. We are right now just letting everyone know what we're talking about. We are currently talking about a little bit of Genshin drama that happened not too, like, I think a few days ago. Tito Raid, yes, hello, Percy Pearl. There we go, I got it. Welcome in, my friend. But yeah, we're talking about the Genshin Impact drama, that was going on, where Genshin Impact is, they're being banned from selling loot boxes to teens under 16 without parental consent, which, you know, I already thought was a thing, but I guess not. Pearly Purse is a new one. Pearly Purse, yeah. Dyslexia, I'm sorry. Dyslexia is what I was about to say. Dyslexia. I love it. But welcome in. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Wolfers. I am actually Tita's daughter-in-law. As well as we both like to stream. I also have dyslexia. Yes. I mean, no, but yes. So you understand the pain. And I just like to we just like to chill, have fun, you know. Right now, like I said, we don't usually read up on this, but this is something that popped up over the weekend on one of the games that we play quite frequently, and I kind of just wanted to get my opinion on it, so yes. But yeah, we just like to kind of chill, have fun, if you need to step away, grab your coffee, grab some snacks. We're just, like I said, we're just going over this. We're gonna finish up Honkai Star Rail story here very momentarily. I hope we're almost to the end of the story. We're like 4 or 5 hours in or something like that. Maybe 6, I don't know. Something like that. But basically, just giving a brief recap about, oh my god. A brief recap. My hair wants to do its own thing today. About what is going on. So Genshin is, being banned from selling, vitamins. Thank you for the gifted sub. And who got that? Who got that? Uber newbie, welcome in, and thank you so much. Or, well, you subbed. You got subbed. You got subbed! They're being banned from selling loot boxes to teens under 16 because of the fact that whoever complained to them, or whoever complained is stating that it's very complicated to kind of understand the pity system and the chances of you getting like chances of you getting the characters you want. So they are like I can see some changes to Genshin's loot box system that is coming. But I was just saying it was funny because Fayo and I were talking about this literally like the day before this got posted about how Genshin kind of needs to get humbled when it comes to their currency. Because if you think about it, if so you need 160 currency, right? To or 160 of Primo Gems to be able to get one wish. And it takes more than $1. It takes $1.60 technically for you to get one wish. But it's like it should be $1 to $1. It would make it a lot more simple to understand, a lot more like lot less complex. Also, if they actually like what Tower Fantasy did really well is that they are, and like a couple games do, Solo Leveling is another one, is they actually have like where your pity is at on the front of the banner so you can see. And I think that's a really good thing that they should start doing because that will make it clear, hey, this is where you're at. And also, it's like okay, anyway, I'm just gonna continue reading. Hoyo has spent millions of dollars hiring social media influencers, many of whom are popular with children, to promote Genshin to their respective audiences. Social media platforms including YouTube, TikTok, and the video game streaming site, Twitch. So, yes, okay. So, again, I see this from both sides because it's really, really hard not to. Because here's the thing. Yes, Genshin needs to be more clear, but also, why are you just handing your children money or, like, thinking that you have to hand your children money in a game to get them what they want? When in reality, in Genshin, right, especially when you first start, it is, like, you get a lot of stuff, right, and there's a lot of stuff, like, if you do a lot of exploration and like main story and side quests and you know all the other stuff that is in the game, you get Primo Gems to wish. Pearly Purse, thank you for the thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry, I was just so like it's kind of, and like yes, I would say yes, some of the social media influencers are paid, but there are also people that aren't getting paid by Genshin and stuff that your children are watching. So that aren't aimed at children. You can nickname me Pearly Purse. I love it too. Okay, yes, I'm gonna try. Honestly, I don't know why it's coming off the tip of my tongue a lot better. Wait, what are we in? Are we in a hype train? I can't see hype trains on my app, so I have to pull it up on my own thing. So I'm gonna move it over here. We're close to a level 1. Completing a level 1. But why is it bringing this one up? It's like, no, that's not the one I want to bring up. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix my stuff, but it's not wanting to fix. Let's try to do this. There we go. Now it's fixed. Whew. Thank you. Yes, we are in hype. Yes, we're in hype. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you for the gifted subs, and thank you for the sub. I appreciate it a whole hell of a lot. Yes. Yes, yes. So, in my opinion, this has two sides. Oh, what? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Why? Oh my god! Wait, what? Guys, come on. And thank you for the resub. Thank you, thank you. Oh, guys, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Oh, my hands are so cold. Mwah. My hands are like touching my own face. It's so fucking cold. Oh, it's like, it's not even a, I live in the Midwest. It's not even above freezing. It's cold. Our little VIP is the only reason that I can stay in here. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. What was I doing for subs? I don't even remember what I was doing something for, no, I was doing it for bits. I was doing squats for bits. That's what we were doing. But I appreciate the subs. I appreciate them so very much. You're so welcome. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sheesh, yes! Hello! Icky, welcome in. Aw, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm so cold. I'm so cold. My hands are cold. What the fuck are we reading here? This is about Genshin being banned from selling loot boxes to teens under 16 without parental consent, along with, like, just kind of the more, like, why it's being targeted. And it's understandable, but it's kind of, there are two sides to every coin. It's like, okay, yeah, but why aren't you watching what your children are like being exposed to online? Not even exposed to, like, Genshin's not a bad game, but don't enable your child's, like, don't enable gambling, especially in children. Like, enabling is almost just as bad as someone offering it to children. But thank you guys, I appreciate it. Don't give your, yeah, right? Say no, exactly. So the violations. So in addition to unfairly marketing, right? Oh, we're in level 3! Holy fucking shit! That shot up quick. I can't even see, like, what we're in. Oh, there we go. Okay, finally. It's finally working right. All right, just say no. Yeah. But thank you guys so very much for all the love and support. I appreciate it so much. I really do. I got my fidget dragon because I'm like... My hand, I need to move my hands because I'm so cold, but I want to wait. I want to wait for it to end before we continue on. Is there a gift card that you can buy at Walgreens or a retail store for Genshin Impact? No, I don't think so. There's really a long, legitimate argument you are making. Yeah, like it has two sides of the coin. Like that's the thing is, like, yes, part of it is on Genshin to make sure it's clearly labeled, but also it's up to a parent to be like, okay, they're wanting to play this game, and before giving them any money, let me look into it. Okay, it like, I'm not gonna give them money, I'll allow them to play it, but, like, you know, it's just being informed. But at the same time, there, like, I do agree there are some things that need to be changed in Genshin when it comes to their wording and how labeled it is about, your chances and all that stuff. But the other problem that they were running into, like, you know, there is a gift card you can purchase. Yeah, exactly. Like, go purchase them like a $20 or $30 like gift card. Like, even the Visa gift cards, you can use those, right? Visa gift card, swipe that. That's all. That's what they have, right? But the other problem that they're having is that apparently they are also collecting data on children, and that's a big, big no-no. Under the proposed order, so that this is an order because the complainant alleges that Genshin Impact is a child-directed online service that collects personal information from children under 13, and I'm reading right here, by the way, sorry. From children under 13, and therefore is required by COPA to notify parents about information they collect on their children to obtain. And is this true, though? Is this true? Like, do they? Like, is this just an assumption? Or is this something that when you sign up for Genshin, I don't remember because it's been a long time. When you sign up for Genshin, oh, I got a hype chest. Hype chest on the way. Oh my god, yes. I love this emo. Holy fuck, I love it. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Okay. I got distracted. So like, sorry, I keep forgetting I'm kind of in the way up there. Choo choo. Oh, you got the same one. All right, I'm gonna Google this real quick. Let's see. Does Genshin Impact collect your data? I mean, it's a lot of places. Okay, so yes, Genshin Impact does collect user data, including gameplay information, device details, and potentially some impersonal information like your email address if you create an account. But according to their privacy policy, they claim to not share this data with third parties without your consent. Let me see. So obviously, whether or not this is true, right? So the data types collected, gameplay actions, this is according to their privacy policy, right? Gameplay actions, character uses, in-game purchases, device information, login details, potentially your email. Which, if you're under 16, most of the time, your parents have an email. Sometimes, I mean, at that point, sometimes you have an email you can use. Purpose for collecting is to improve game experience, analyze player behavior, provide target advertisement, and manage your account. So, third party doesn't mean parent company, and however goes. Yes, exactly. No, I was just reading. This is what I was reading. It was just Google. Oh, can I pull this up? Why isn't this one? I want to put this here with this so I can actually like share this with you. Oh, that's not it. I think it lets me switch. Hold on. There we go. Okay. I was just reading what the AI overview came up with, but let's see what else. Let's see. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through the privacy policy of Genshin Impact. So I will, here is the thing, right? Okay, here we go. This is on the Genshin Hoyo company privacy. The privacy policy informs you what data we collect and process, why do we collect and process your personal data, advertisements and choices, cookies and similar technology, who may access your personal data, data retention, your rights and choices, securing your data, age limits and child protection, contact and complaint. So this is all so they can make the game experience for you better. Okay, but also it's like if you go into someone's world in an asshat and they get reported, they can go back and be like, okay, why are you getting reported for this? Oh, you went into this person's world and were harassing them. Okay, ban. Like, to an extent, it is for the protection of you and your account. It's whether or not they're selling it to third party people or, like you said, sister companies or parent companies. That is also another thing. But I will tell you, just by looking up what does, like, the data processes of Genshin Impact, right? All I had to do was Google it. I found on their website, they say, like, what they process, either directly from users or through third party. I mean, yeah, exactly. But also, is that really just Genshin collecting your information though, right? Because I will tell you, Windows collects your information, a lot of other things collect your information. It's not, Genshin isn't just specifically at, like, a lot, the problem being is that your information gets sold. That is where the problem is, and that if they really want to nip this in the ass, that is what they would do, is they would make it illegal for companies to be able to sell your information to third parties or anything else. If they do end up selling it, then it should be voided completely because you did not make an agreement with that company, right? But, like, that's the problem, is that this world we've lived in, data, especially in America, internet lagged. Whoops. Typical tailored ads are a thing on the World Wide Web. So, exactly, like, that's the thing, is that it doesn't matter. Like, but yes, if your child is getting Genshin Impact ads and stuff like that, like, yes, it's a very fun game. You can play it free to play. We have a free to play account. I play specifically free to play. Like, no money has ever been spent on that account. No money will ever be spent on that account. And it's pretty strong. It's just, again, part of it is, yes, being more clear. But I will tell you, like, it tells you right here. So data account registration information. Like, no offense, it's the fucking internet. At this point, you should know anytime you put any information, whether it be your email, username, phone number, password, you have a chance of it getting taken. You have a chance of your data getting leaked, no matter your age. And that can happen anywhere. Sorry, it's not just a Genshin problem. Birthday, where applicable. Oh no, they know my fucking birthday. Which is good to know, because again, then you can then, what is it? Whatchamacallit? Oh my god. Because one, you get gifts on your birthday, but two, that way they can make sure if you're under the age of X that you don't get access to this. But the problem being too is, how does Genshin verify that someone who is not under the age of 18 isn't making an account with a birthday that is over the age of 16, right? So a 13-year-old can make an account and put a birthday that is over the age of 16. Like, the problem being is kids are gonna find a way around this. And that's the thing, is it's not gonna stop people. It's not gonna stop kids. What you need to do is make it to where kids aren't allowed on the internet that are under the age of, like, say, 16. Or they're very restricted. Which is how it should be, but again, it's a two-way street. The internet does what it can only do, but it's the other end of the internet. It's client side, let's just put it that way, where you also have to make sure that you are not enabling poor behaviors on the internet. Honestly, age gating the internet is wild. Well, here's the problem, is that the internet is becoming too much of a problem. Like, you know, like, you look at, you know, education in America, you look at, you know, I can't imagine how the world would be if that was the case. Well, so there are multiple reasons why, like, there are reasons why, and now I understand as an adult why my parents monitored me on the internet, right? It's not that I was, like, hovered over. It's not that, you know, I was, like, being punished or anything. But I didn't get to play, like, video games on the internet until I was, like, 16 in my own room, because at that point, like, my parents had taught me better than to do things that I shouldn't be on the internet, you know, and stuff like that. Not that I know everything, but, you know, but there is none of that happening nowadays. Like, most of the time it's, here's an iPad or whatever, or it's like, you know, and then if you try to be like, well, we need to restrict this. No, it's a right. No, it's not a right. And honestly, it's not bad. Because like, Jonathan, imagine if we grew up, right, in a world where, like, if we grew up having free reign of the internet back then, where YouTube was the Wild West, handing them this is exactly. Instead of it being like, hey, you can play some games, or, you know, hey, you can like play some games out here, whatever. It's just not used. It's not used how it's really, like, Because social media is a cesspool, right? So here, learn right? Here, learn Notepad. Write a fucking website using Notepad only. That's what I used to do in my fun time. Here, make a video. That's what I used to do. But yeah, so here's the thing. Your information getting leaked, that is no surprise. Like, and if you allow your kid on the internet, then expect it to get leaked, and there's only so much the internet can do about it. But at the same time, there is more that Genshin could do. So, like, they'll store payment data, PayPal account, advertising information, so they do say they will advertise towards you. Right? Right? Survey responses. Now, obviously, IP address, well, that needed, what was it? Malicious content. Obviously, like, that's if they, like, again, if they see that you've been mean to somebody, like, they can look back at your services. So Genshin compared to FF14, for example, it is a proof of, like, server side versus client side. So FF14 is client side, right? They don't have, what is it? Anti-cheat. They don't have, you know, they don't run scans on your game every single time you load it up. Genshin has that. Genshin scans your game every time you load it up, and they also, you know, they load up, and I believe anti-cheat pops up somewhere on the screen. So it's like, you know, they make sure, like, that, like, this is where, like, FF14, yeah, they have some of my data, but they don't have all of my data. Like, they don't have my chat logs, they don't have all that stuff. So if, like, I have a problem with someone, I have to send them proof that something happened. I have to send, like, time, place, you know, all that stuff. And the same thing goes, well, the thing with this is, like, with them sharing with the data, right? They can just be like, okay, when did it happen? Okay, what happened around here? You interacted with so-and-so, and this is the exchange. They can pull that all up without you having to do anything. Well, right? That's the thing. It's the secure aspect that's the problem. It's not the, like, sharing data to play games. That's the problem. It's the data sharing. Yes. Like that, like, there are certain things where it's like, okay, but again, it being aimed towards children, I understand why this is becoming a thing, but I will tell you, I just pulled up on their website exactly what this person was saying, how that collects personal information and therefore is a copy of it, and it is a violation of that. But it is also, I just read it, you pull it up on their website, everything, you can literally see everything that they take and where it goes and what, like, all that stuff. The complaint, however, alleges that even though Hoyoverse was aware that children under 13 were using the service, it continued to collect personal information from children and use it without obtaining parental consent or applying with other COPA requirements. Here's the other problem, is how do you know that, again, that 13-year-old's account isn't an adult playing on it? Again, people can lie. People cannot do all that stuff. Hoyo shared with third-party analytics firms and advertisers users' ID as well as device-related persistent identifiers to track players' progress, purchases, settings, and friends lists. I wonder if part of this has to do with their web events they do. It's even ad targeting can be manipulated, but it's hard to see how they treat it versus them trying to keep under Hoyo only, right? Like, this has to be just, it's not just a Genshin problem, guys. It's an overall problem. Like, I can tell you there are probably other games. I can guarantee you there are other games, and I'm not saying Genshin's not at fault. Hi, Lissa, welcome in, by the way. Sorry, I just want to finish my thought. Genshin does, probably does, but if your child's on the internet anywhere else, the likelihood of the more your child is on the internet, the more likelihood their data is going to get stolen. And I can tell you that from experience. And it's not even like that the child's data got stolen. Like, Feo's data got stolen and sold off. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, that's why you gotta watch them on the internet, is because even if they don't purposely do it, at some point, it's going to happen if they're not careful. And if they have no one to teach them, then it just... Under the proposed order, must be approved by a federal judge. So it has to be approved by a judge. Well, them having ties to Twitch, I'd assume it would fall into it. Well, right, but that's like, here's the thing. If someone thinks that you get paid to have drops on your page, they are massively misinformed. And the reason being is because... oh my god, sorry. Yeah, because I don't get jack shit for you guys watching me with drops on. I don't earn anything. The only time I earn something is if Stream Elements, not Twitch, Stream Elements offers me a sponsorship to get people to sign up. That is the only time that I will get paid, and that's only if people sign up. So, under the proposed order, which will be approved by a federal judge before it can go into effect, will be required to pay 20 million monetary penalty and make changes to address allegations outlined in the complaint. The companies will be prohibited from allowing children under 16 to purchase loot boxes in their video games without a parent's affirmed express consent. That means that it's going to change for Honkai, and it's going to change for ZZZ or any other game that is under Cognisphere and Cognisphere LLC. Oh wow, Cognisphere PTE Ltd and Cognisphere LLC. Prohibited from selling loot boxes using virtual currency without providing an option for customers to purchase them directly with no money. I agree with this. Like, there should be no, like, you buy this currency to then transform it into this currency. Honestly, that does make it very confusing. Like, it makes it so confusing, and I understand, and I can see it from like a child's perspective, or maybe someone who is playing who is not all there, who is enjoying the game, might not completely understand it too. Prohibited from misrepresenting loot box odds, prices, and features. Yes, this could be easily fixed if they put a little blurb saying the odds right on their banners, as well as put the, like, what is it, pity. So, like, if, say, you're 30 out of 90 pity, right? It will show you a bar that says 30 out of 90, or 37 out of 90, whatever you are. But that's the thing with, Jonathan, with what that, like, with it saying that, like, yeah, Twitch might be getting something from having drops on, because it is promoting Genshin, right? But, like, they can't come after the content creator because we aren't getting paid anything. The reason we're playing the game most of the time is because we enjoy it. It's not because we're getting paid. Required to disclose... Required to disclose loot box odds and exchange rates for multi-tiered virtual currency. Again, they could get rid of that by just allowing you to buy Primo Gems straight up. Required to delete any personal information previous collected from children under 13 unless they obtain parental consent to retain such data. I wait, right? This was a response to them having info on services outside of it. Because a lot of games nowadays heavily promote and yeah, right? Right? Like here's the thing. If, like, say you get a Genshin ad from my stream and it's because you're watching me play Genshin Impact, right? It's not, I'm not pushing I push ads every hour, but, like, I am not pushing that Genshin Impact ad onto you. I have no choice in what ads get pushed out. That is strictly, I believe, depending on who is obviously, like, who is watching and what else you are watching under that. So, like, part of it isn't like, so if you are watching a bunch of Genshin streams, like your likelihood of getting a Genshin hat is very high. But that's not Genshin leaking your data, that's Twitch. Right? Am I understanding that correctly? Yeah, and then they just want them to comply. So so they have like, there are reasons why I see this coming out, and I see it very clearly about why it is, and maybe Genshin will make some really big changes going forward. Maybe this is the humbling that they needed. But I will say that they shouldn't like, obviously there are certain social media influencers out there that are sponsored by Genshin and all that stuff, and I am not saying that obviously those guys, but they also have a passion usually for the games that they get sponsored by. So it's kind of hard to say that, are they really, like, yes, they are hired by Hoyo, but they are also doing something they love. But also, I will say I don't feel like a lot of Genshin streamers I watch are really aimed at children. Like, they are popular with children, but the thing is it aimed at children. Right? Aligning to ads could be cool considering the fact that ads don't pay. Exactly. Oh my god, my stomach is like growling this morning. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'll try to keep up to date with it. I see it as the same way as MC and Roblox. Exactly. And there are so many weirdos in those games too. Like, so here's the thing. Your child, as long as you do not enable them to gamble, will be safer in Genshin Impact than in Roblox or Minecraft servers. Sad to say, but it is true. Like, as long as, like, if you monitor your kids in those, like, it's fine. But, like, those overall mess and not worth with the hassle. But my MC is definitely not aiming itself to that, but not, like, in the microtransaction. Yeah. But we'll see where it goes, guys. We'll see if what changes come to Genshin. If any Genshin changes come at all when it comes to, what is it? The loot boxes. We'll see. They do, because, like, Honkai and, what is the other game that I play? Solo, they both have lower pity than Genshin does, and they have higher odds of getting what you want. Well, so here's the thing, is so Genshin doesn't have loot boxes, right? It's the gacha system, right? Because technically, if you buy, the way that Feo explained it to me, and it made a lot of sense. Everyone had changed their boxes a while back to comply, yeah. So the thing is that, well, right, exactly. And so, I asked earlier, I'm like, what is Genshin gonna do if they have to get rid of their loot box system? If they have to get rid of their gacha system, what the fuck are they gonna do? They're not gonna make money, or as much money. Well, right, but, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, they're, like, so here's the sad thing about Genshin, right? Is Genshin cares more about their stockholders, I'm sorry, than they do about their, whatchamacallit. Yeah. Well, the battle pass, yeah, but you're still like, okay, $10 and you get a character. With how fast Genshin pumps out new characters, which is also something that I really wish they would stop doing, is, like, maybe go back and rework, or, you know, what Honkai does is they'll go back and they will make better versions of the old characters. So it's like, oh, you love Jean, for example, right? Jean is so obsolete now because there are better healers out there. But she is still a decent healer if you have her, use her, she's good. She's really good. Like, she can heal your team from 0 to full in, like, no time. Like, full party heal. Just stack attack on her and you're golden. But she is nothing compared to these other these other healers now. So it's like, wouldn't it be like better for people who already have a connection with these characters like Kaya and Jean and Luke? Wouldn't it be awesome to bring them back as better versions of themselves? That, and I will tell you, like, if they did that, they would make just as much money because people in Honkai love it. People who play Honkai are used to it. I'm used to it at this point. I got used to it real fast. But the thing is like, they don't want to do that because that is going to upset their stockholders. Is if they do not make money off these banners, they are gonna upset stockholders. Now, let's hold up. Let's I want to show you what I'm talking about. That's the China market. Is there an A market one? Or do they have one? Constant income versus wasting it. Exactly. Well, that's what they want, is they want that constant income. Hey, Blue. So let's just use Movika or Movika banner, right? Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Give me a sec. So it started out as, oh fuck. Sorry, it is freezing. Trust me, I'm cold too. Sorry, I'm trying to look, you know what? Oh, we are under Genshin. Perfect. We've been talking about Genshin this whole time. I knew it. We're not finishing Genshin story. I'm sorry. We're doing Honkai story. But I'm trying to find something real quick. Give me a sec. I just want to see sales. Oh, shit. According to the data, Movika accounted for over 64% of total sales, leaving Sitali at 36% of the revenue. So, whatever her face is, the Fire Archon blew the other one out of the water, obviously. Sorry, I'm trying to find a... Oh, fuck. Well... Because Blue, I didn't know if you heard, but Genshin is getting looked into because of the fact that they basically they do not properly label their currencies or properly label the odds of winning the characters you want, and the fact that they're selling information from children. Yeah, it's under investigation. And we just reviewed the one from the federal government, the article from the federal government. So let's see. Okay, guys, just imagine. So this doesn't really state, like, show you for a graph of like what is like the banner, but okay, so this is number 14. They made on these two banners $25 million. Zhang Li and Ganyu, $26 million. These are the top ones they've made, by the way. Wanderer and Ito, 27 mil. Nahida and Nilu, 28. Farina and Baiju, 29. Venti, 30 mil. Yellen and Zhao, 32. Raiden Shogun, 33. Raiden and herself made them $33 million, guys. The real problem outcome could be to transfer the asset and disable, well, right? But why would they do that? They get so much money from us. That's the problem. They get so much money from us. Raiden and Kokomi. So Raiden and Kokomi made them another 33 million. Nahida and Yoimiya, 34. Ayaka, 35. Ayaka and Shinha, 35. Raiden and Ayato, 37. Raiden has made them, of all characters, the most money. Raiden Shogun has. Like, put together, she has made them the most money. So, imagine getting rid of the banner and not getting this as an income. Instead, you're getting $10 for a battle pass. You get one of these characters. Let me see. Are this probably not? Sorry, I need to scroll all the way back up. These character banners earn the most in the China iOS market. Wait, this is just iOS? But let's just say, I'm making the point of that no matter where it is, like, because it is just as popular in China than as it is over here. Yes. I will say that, like, so Genshin gets that money from them, but then they also get the money from the people that play it and spend money over here. Tokos! Hi, Nino, welcome in. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to look up. That's where we would just, but that's China. Is this NA? Oh! I didn't even look. I'm sorry. Or maybe I think I did briefly. Let me take a look. 74 over 147. I mean, it's kind of hard because I don't even really know. So she buffs her Redation, right? But I'm just saying overall, like, I don't know what Genshin's gonna do because if they are either going to have to start listening to their player base or they're gonna have to start, like, they have to just care about their stockholders, right? Because here's the thing, like, you can't really have both. And this is gonna be my closing statement, right? You can't really have both, right? So if they listen, like, yes, they could cut off. Let me look at this. Let me look. So, Genshin Impact made $710 million in revenue in 2024. In the first full year, it has made under $1 billion. So it's made, since its release, so in 2020, it's made, I know you guys can't see it, it made 0.4 billion. Hold up, sorry, give me a sec. I mean, it could be very accurate. I mean, this is from a business of apps, right? So they didn't make as much money as they did in the prior years, but they still made $710 million in revenue, guys. Now, and that is mostly on banners. So that's why I'm asking. I'm like, what are they gonna do if America's like, you have to change your loot box system? Because Overwatch already changed theirs. You know, it sounds like Neverwinter. Like, people are kind of going away from like, yes, it's still a big thing, but it's like people are like realizing that, especially if it's aimed towards children, like, it's not very good, or if a kid can play it, like, it's not good to have those aspects in a game. So 2020.4, and then after that they made 2022 they almost made 2 billion. Like, again, this is all these are all from banners and weapons and all that stuff, guys. I can tell you that. Like, if they did not have the weapons and the characters and all that stuff, it would not be anywhere near that. If it would be, it wouldn't be near that number, but you would have it to where it would be a hell of a lot lower because you would only have the battle pass or however else you have it. Or you just make it a straight up character purchase. Except if they do that, I can tell you right now, it's gonna be like 40 bucks a character. 50 bucks a character. It's not gonna be fucking cheap. It's gonna be like the price of a whole new video game. So you might as well go buy a whole new video game instead of continuing to play a game where it has really bad conversion ratios. But that's kind of my final say. Considering that Neverwinter was backed by Warriors of the Coast, definitely a reality check. Even EA did it with FIFA. Yeah, and like I said, this could be it because it's like, okay, they either, like, obviously they need to stop sharing children's data and all that stuff, but it's like costing more or even less odds, yeah. But again, they would, like, again, Genshin needs to kind of figure out who they want to listen to, because it, like, this is gonna be a big change for them if they have to get rid of the gacha system. And again, what is Genshin gonna do besides either you're gonna buy the character for an absurd amount of money still, or they're gonna fix it to where their odds are higher and shit like that, but it's only gonna be like a 0.02% chance of it winning. Anyway, are we ready? I need to pee real quick. And then we're gonna go to Honkai. And we're going to finish up the story. Because I have it loaded up. I didn't really expect to talk about that for the last hour, but I hope that kind of gives some clarity, and also maybe will, like, I do think that Hoyo needs to get, I'm going to finally be able to talk about Honkai story, yes. Like, I really feel like Genshin needs to do something, because there's gacha games that are coming out, even that are a million times better. Like I said, Honkai, even like the Lycone's a 70-30% chance of getting versus 50-50, 50-50. Like, it's one of those things where it's maybe about time they got checked. And it's not that I don't love the game and I want it, it's because I love the game, I want it to get checked, because in order for it to thrive in any way, shape, or form, it's going to need to change. Like, it has to. Like, I've been playing a bit of the Overlord game, and honestly, it has a chance system, and it's fairly low on user info. Yeah, I play the game. It's all local and server synced. Yeah, I play. I don't actually know. I haven't looked into the data stuff, but I play solo leveling Arise, and I will tell you though, they are very generous with their currency. I've spent. Well, actually, I was gifted the battle pass once for a cool skin, but other than that, like, that's $10 in a gacha game, right? But all of my characters, all of my weapons, in solo you actually craft the weapons. So far I'd say more generous gacha I've played is Wuwa. Wuwa is very generous too. I will say, like, that's why it's like Genshin needs to kind of wake up, is because there are so many games out there right now that are so generous. Honkai is even more generous than fucking Genshin is. Like someone in their own company is even better, has better chances, has better, like, odds. Like, and it's easier, the other thing too, it's easier to build and understand. Like, I can build a character in a week in Honkai. Like, fully built, all traces maxed out, maybe not the best gear set, but at least I have their gear set on there. Like, they're not like fully capped out, but at least I can use them in content to where it's like, okay, like, you know, yeah, she has like 150 crit rate, crit damage, but she's at least not gonna get one shot by bosses, right? As much as damage is important, it's... But Honkai is more generous. Like, Honkai's generous, Wu-Wa's generous, solo level... Like, there are so many games out there that are so generous, and it's not that I don't love Genshin. Like, I love Genshin, and I want them to thrive, and I want them to continue to thrive. But they have to change things, because if they're, like, they're starting to get called out on stuff, this is gonna show, is it, okay, is their clients more important than their stockholders? But yeah, Wu-Wa's just as generous. I love Wu-Wa too. So I play Wu-Wa, Honkai, Genshin, and then I play solo leveling on my phone. And like a few, like I will tell you, the one that takes up my most time is Genshin. But they've also made it easier, even in Genshin, to do your dailies and stuff now too. Like I did in like 30 minutes today. I did my Wu-Wa dailies, my not my Tower of Fantasy, my Genshin dailies. And I did my Honkai dailies, all in 30 minutes. Genshin used to be so bad. I'll be honest, for me, the VA strike has to be the most turning off point for Genshin anyways, just because, right? See, that is also something that it's clear to me that they would rather push out content and give us mediocre content than wait, right? Because I will tell you, it is so jarring in a cutscene with like Himiko and Dan and Welt and March and yourself, and Dan and Himiko are not voiced, but the other three are. Or like you go into like even, and it's just not Genshin, that's Honkai too. It's also jarring. It's like, why not just wait? Oh wait, you'd rather like, don't extend the banner and be like, hey guys, surprise, you guys get more time on Honkai for this banner to get it. Instead, they would rather push out half-assed content where it's half-voiced and there's not much connection and emotion, because half the characters, especially characters that you connect with and make a bond with, half of them are voiced. I know the strike isn't Hoyo's fault and they're trying to help the situation, but releasing... Well, right, exactly. Like, again, extend, like, be like, okay, we need to back up. We need to come up with something that is going to give them something to do so we can hopefully get through the strike and stuff, right? Because, yes, I would rather that, like, with FF14, for example, right? Yoshi P did not want to push back Endwalker's release date. But instead of releasing half-assed content, he bowed his head to his community and said, I am so sorry, but for the first time ever, we are going to have to push back a patch because I am not happy with it, or it is half-assed content, or there's something wrong with it, whatever. It isn't Hoyo's fault, but I will leave a lurk on my PC and go take a shower. Okay, Noctis, thank you for... I did see you come in and I'm sorry. But I hope you have a wonderful shower. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. I really, really do. But yeah, it's not Hoyo's fault, but they could have also done things to make it to where, like, we have stuff to do while you figure your shit out. Because it is more jarring and unimmersive to me that half the characters that we've been traveling with since the beginning of the game, or like people we've interacted with since the beginning of the zone, it is so jarring that they are not voiced when half the characters are voiced in the cutscene. It's like, it is so jarring. And like, I'll play the story, but I skipped all of the unvoiced parts. I didn't read it. Like, I feel like this is gonna be the saddest Lantern Rite. I know! Like, if Lantern Rite isn't voiced, I'm skipping it. Anything but cutscenes, I'm skipping it. I don't care. If NPCs are voiced over main characters, fuck it. I don't care what the NPCs have to say. If Hu Tao and all the people that are normally voiced in Lantern Rite aren't voiced, we are gonna have problems. I feel like Lantern... It is because it is... I mean, it's a Chinese game, and Lantern's Rite is Chinese New Year. So that is why it is the biggest event in Genshin, and rightfully so. But like you said, if it's going to be like the end of this story was, where there was a couple of characters where it's like they're important characters in the story and they're not voiced. It's gonna be very jarring. Like, it's very immersion breaking. I'll still play it, but it's immersion breaking. Well, looks like I'm not crying at Lanterns Right this year, right? Looks like I'm not either. All right, guys, let me go pee.